to the ocean, but King Herod was the Great. And just if you can look here right now, that is here, it's not looking too much, but that was a church called Katisma. Katisma, when actually Miriam, okay, Maria came with Yeshua, she knew that she needed to be escaping to Egypt, right? Because King Herod didn't really want, he understood that the Jewish king is coming. And he thought somebody want to come and replace his spot. No problem. And like we know that the New Testament, they escape into Egypt, and the easiest way, how far is Egypt? It's about how many days or the distance? It's supposed to be like about 10 days. Okay, 10 days of, and again, it depends if they walk in, donkey in the desert, not really walking well. They need to change to camel. But it's taking you about, if we calculate in 30 kilometers, about 300, you getting into the Sinai Peninsula. Okay, not to Cairo, because Cairo is something new. Alexandria was back in those days the biggest city. Okay, after Alexander the Great, Alexander Mogdon. Okay, so like I said, that water travel, but not just east and west, also from south. Why? We have more water, okay, going this direction, and what King Herod understood is that he need more water. Okay, why? Because the city gets larger. Actually, the city in the second temple period time was bigger, double than the size of the old city. Not the whole city of Jerusalem, but the old city. Now the old city, it's 1 square kilometer. I think that 2,000 years ago it was 2 square kilometers, double the size. Okay, so he knew that he need more water for the people, and because there is holidays and more people coming and traveling. Actually, think about you going to the Empire State Building. Why you go there? It's a monument, right? That's how people look on the temple back in those days. Right, and they look on the temple as an amazing, beautiful, gorgeous place to go and visit. And if you live in Syria or Lebanon, it's not very far. So you want to go and go, like today, I would go to the pyramids, right? It's just a monument. And we know that people travel, not just because we have it in history books. Also, that they find really close by, it's a stone, but they actually cave on it. Who is allowed to be entered from one point to the other? Even, for example, even Kohens. My last name is Kohen, from Aaron the priest, right? In Yom Kippur, the day that we fasting, the day that we asking forgiveness from God from all the bad things we did with Him. Because if I did something bad with you, I need to ask for your forgiveness, not from God, because I did something to you. But with God, we have one day, it's called Yom Kippur. In the past, what they did, they actually one room that was the holiest room from all the rooms in the temple, okay, the most holy place. That's where we have the altar, where we have everything, and that's where the priest can go, the only highest priest. Okay, so like you see, if just the highest priest can go up to here just priest, here everybody else, here Jewish, here not Jewish. So they knew about it, and that's what they find out, a stone. They're telling you, if you're from the Philippines, you can come up to this point. Thailand, up to this point. I'm just playing. But that was more or less. And where we've been at, actually further than that, for 61 kilometers. I think 2,000 years ago, how we calculate the elevation, how we did it, that he actually raised 3 springs into a big pools that he built, and those pools, I don't know how he saw it 60 kilometers ahead, but he knew that it's Jerusalem, Temple Mount, lower than where he get the water from, okay, all the springs, and he ran them into clay pipes. Okay, some of them he couldn't run it with a pipe, so what they did, they cut through the mountain. Okay, we're gonna go half a kilometer, 533 meters, that's it. But he caved a tunnel to redirect the water, So that way, his enemies, the Jebusites, cannot be access to the water. Okay? Vida? Passing to the first train station that was in Israel. It's 1892, and she actually connects between Jaffa. Okay, but we're gonna be there, so I'm not gonna tell you everything that I know on Jaffa. But for example, the temple doors, okay, came from Jaffa. And if you're gonna look now on the front of the bus, that's the old city. Okay. This is called Mount of Zion. Okay, we're going downhill. This is a Khan. Khan, it's like a hotel back in those days. That was a blind hospital. All those buildings that you see to your right and left was built here around 150 years ago. Okay? And it's just that it's hard to catch all those, so I'm not gonna say about every building, but you can see all the walls behind you. Sorry, to your right hand side. And over here, there is a big pool. You don't see it, but Great Suleiman, he the one that actually built the walls up there. That's the newest wall that we have in Jerusalem, and she was built in 1542, meaning about 500 years ago. That's the newest one. Okay, that's the newest one. I'm going to show you one that is 3,500 years ago. And that's the newest. That's why one of our prime ministers, David Ben-Gurion, said, well, so they're using it to have like a music theater. Look over there, there's a windmill, and that was built in 1885, so in 1865. That's the first neighborhood built outside of the old city. Okay, so if you came here until 1860, nothing, except a few churches, okay, was around here, nothing. And I'm gonna show you more pictures tomorrow. I have a great book here. See, just show you all the old pictures, how it was before. Okay, so like I said, I have enough. Sometimes I'm not telling you everything because I want to keep it for later. What is meaning? of the rock, not from the ground, from the rock. And I will show you later what I mean. Okay, you can see the shooting, okay, between the 6-day war to 48, and it's a traffic city, especially on Friday. And today we have 4.5 million tourists that come in to a city that built 3,000 years. This is David Citadel, but that also was built by the great Suleiman. So there is nothing with King David in that section. Yeah. But now we know, and I will tell you tomorrow about the Via Dolorosa, because I understood you smart people with open-minded. Because I'm not gonna say something, of course, that I'm gonna change something from your perspective or belief. But the Via Dolorosa, we believe that was changed with the time. Okay, I can tell you about the Jewish history. There is King David tomb, but this is a tradition that started 800 years ago. Not everybody is sure if King David is buried there or not, because also most of the science is really challenging to get to the point of view, to the outlook. If you see even underneath there, you see all this wall. It's not that we don't want to clean it, it's because that's historical site. Okay, so this wall, okay, that you see these people walking on it today, this is from more than 2,000 years ago. This is before King Herod's. This is Moria. So you know we have 8 gates. Okay, one of them is closed. We just passed Jaffa Gate. Why it's called Jaffa Gate? Because it's gonna lead you to Jaffa, the direction. Okay, it's pointing west. Okay, so from here west, I will get to the Mediterranean Sea. And in the old city, actually it's divided for 4 different quarters. Okay, the biggest one is the Muslim quarter. Okay, well, this was open about 45 minutes on the roads above us, just trying to pass. Okay, you will see tomorrow that the old city is really crowded. You know, a car, then every family have a car for the lady, for the husband, for the kids, and then the kids come in, so you need 7 cars. But it actually took us from, it's got us a lot. We was waiting here an hour, 45 minutes, it was horrible. There is the Golden Dome, it's on your right and back. Don't worry, we're gonna see it. We're gonna actually be on Temple Mount. You know that, right? So on Sunday, guys, tomorrow you need to sleep really well, because on Sunday we're gonna wake up early. Okay? But we're gonna be there because we are limited on time. Okay, I'm sorry, but the way it's working in Israel, it's, let's say even a museum, you cannot just get in. If you're a group, you have to. Yes, yeah, this is a market they're doing outside of the Damascus Gate. Okay, why it's called the Damascus Gate? Why it's called Damascus Gate? It's gonna lead you to Damascus, right? Yes, sir. You wanna buy fruits? No worries, we're gonna take care of it. You want today? Okay, let's see how we're passing through. So. Okay, if somebody have $117, I can give him 400 shekels. If not, we're gonna hit change store. Okay? I tell you what, you don't have too much today, but tomorrow for sure we're gonna take care of that. Okay? Let's see if we find something on the way.